Don't wanna be late, don't wanna be early either. Life's tricky to navigate when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about being late? People do it every day, they don't hesitate. What's the crime in being early? You might hate to wait, but you got there girly. I don't want to look too great, don't want to look ugly either. Life's tricky to navigate when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about looking great? So what if it causes envy, pressure, or hate? What's the crime in looking ugly so a prettier person looks at you smugly? I don't want to be too awake, don't want to be sleeping either. It's difficult not to ache when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad being too awake, though every worry and pain can be hard to shake? What's the crime in being asleep? Who cares if you miss out on something deep? I don't want to be smart, don't want to be stupid either. It's tough to get past start when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about being smart? Although it's true a high IQ can keep you apart. What's the crime in being stupid? We all make mistakes when we're the new kid. I don't want to be young, don't want to be old either. I sometimes feel unstrung when I try too hard to be neither. What's so bad about being young, even if you're starting out and you're still unsung? What's the crime in being old, even if the lack of days ahead can feel so cold? There are so many things that I don't want to be. Ambivalence seems to be a certainty, unless I accept my own duality. This song could go on for an eternity. I don't want to relax, don't want to be busy either. It's hard to face the facts when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad if you do relax, if you take a needed break from working at your max? What's the crime in being busy? So what if keeping track of everything can make you dizzy? I don't want to be mean, don't want to be too nice either. If you're worried about how you're seen, you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about being mean? Well, it is kind of bad, but no one's always serene. What's the crime in being too nice, even if you're accused of artifice? I don't want to be rich, don't want to be poor either. It's a very painful glitch if you're trying so hard to be neither. What's so bad about being rich, though you may become a selfish bitch? What's the crime in being poor, although it hurts like hell when you need much more? I don't want to be left out, don't want to be included either. What is that all about? Trying so hard to be neither. What's so bad about being left out? It's okay to have a day when you sulk and pout. What's so bad about being included? You can always leave if you feel intruded. I don't want to be in love, don't want to be single either. When push comes to shove, I'm trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about being in love, though it hurts like hell when they leave you gov? What's the crime in being single, though we all have the urge to connect and mingle? There are so many things that I don't want to be. Ambivalence seems to be a certainty. Unless I accept every dichotomy, this song could go on for an eternity. I don't want to be scared. Don't want to be reckless either. This is something that I've shared, that I'm trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about being scared? Fear and caution can help you be prepared. What's the crime in being reckless, even if you lose your shirt, cash, and necklace? I don't want to work. Don't want to be retired either. It's a very puzzling quirk when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about being at work, even if a coworker acts like a jerk? What's the crime in being retired, even if you sometimes feel less inspired? I don't want to be seen. Don't want to be invisible either. The stress can be obscene when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about being seen? Not everyone who sees you is gonna be mean. What's the crime in being invisible? You can take your time when you're feeling miserable. I don't want to eat junk food. Don't want to eat healthy either. With food, you might be screwed if you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about eating junk food? Hostess cupcakes and potato chips, they taste so good. What's the crime in eating healthy? Health is even better than being wealthy. I don't want to go out. Don't want to stay home either. It's a tricky place, no doubt, when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad if you do go out, even if it feels unsafe with dangers all about? What's the crime in being home, even if it gets so boring that you've got to roam? There are so many things that I don't want to be. Ambivalence seems to be a certainty, unless I accept opposites and get free. This song could go on for an eternity. I don't want to be wrong. Don't want to be right either. It's hard to get along when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about being wrong? It's mistakes that help us grow and get more strong. What's the crime in being right, though he may disagree and put up a fight? I don't want to feel. Don't want to be too cerebral either. It can make life seem unreal when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad if you do feel, even if it's pain that knocks you off your even keel? What's the crime in being cerebral? The repressing your emotions can be kind of feeble. I don't want to decide. Don't want to be uncertain either. It's a very bumpy ride when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad if you do decide, though a wrong decision might damage your pride? What's the crime when you're uncertain, although hesitating is a state that can start hurting? I don't want to be in charge. Don't want to take orders either. Your problems can be large when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad if you are in charge? So some people hate you when you boss them like a sarge. What's the crime in taking orders? So what if you're paid in nickels and quarters? I don't want to have sex. Don't want to be celibate either. We can all feel like wrecks when we're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about having sex? So there's diseases and sleazes and you miss your ex. What's the crime in being celibate? Though it's taboo if you do and people don't get it. There are so many things that I don't want to be. Ambivalence seems to be a certainty. Resisting all sides simultaneously. This song might go on for all eternity. I don't want to be weird. Don't want to be normal either. It's often what I feared, as I've tried too hard to be neither. What's so bad about being weird? Though I'm weird, I've always persevered. What's the crime in being normal, even if you sometimes might have to be formal? I don't want to create. Don't want to be lazy either. Life's tricky to navigate when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad if you do create, so you spend lots of time in an anxious state? What's the crime in being lazy, so you spend some moments useless and hazy? I don't want to be unknown. Don't want to be famous either. It's a difficult place to own when you're trying too hard to be neither. What's so bad about being unknown, even if it makes you feel like you're all alone? What's so bad about being famous, even if too much fame can sometimes maim us? I don't want to stop, don't want to keep going either. It's difficult not to flop when you're trying so hard to be neither. What's so bad about wanting to stop? Things must come to an end, and that's my mic drop.